hand the baby off to me to change its diaper. You gotta make sure that it's firm enough, because if it's too soft, then the baby could suffocate, and it is not an option. This one is on co-sleeping or breast sleeping with a newborn. Controversial issue, but this book is what helped us. It's by a professor and researcher at Notre Dame, and he argues pretty convincingly that if you are breastfeeding and co-sleeping, taking safety precautions, it is safe and it can be beneficial. Well, if you want to breast sleep or co-sleep, we weren't sure what mattress to use. You got to make sure that it's firm enough. We didn't feel comfortable in the mattress we were in. It was a full, we wanted a king, so there'd be ample space. Just that's safer. And we didn't want to fork out a bunch of money on a mattress full of unknown or even known chemicals, flame retardants and other things that we really didn't want to be coming into contact with every night when we go to sleep. I began a search and I narrowed it down. All of these mattresses are way expensive. I almost shuddered when we purchased it because it's like, it's so much money. But the warranty is 20 to 25 years. We figured it was a worthwhile investment in our family's health. And the tricky part was, how are we gonna know if any of these mattresses are firm enough? You gotta make sure that it's firm enough. I emailed and they said, sorry, we can't really take on that liability. You're just gonna have to figure it out on your own. How am I gonna know? Dr. McKenna in his book talks about a guy in Australia who came up with a simple little method for figuring out if a mattress is firm enough. I've got it on the bed. You can see there is a gap. Because none of the companies would do the test, I asked, I was like, could you do the test and film it? They're like, no, we're not gonna do that, sorry. So what we ended up deciding, we got portable like playpen thing. It was non-toxic. You know, I should post a video about that too. Anyway, the mat, the mat that comes with the playpen is firm enough for a baby. So we'll risk it on one of these mattresses. We'll buy it, we'll test it with Australian guys test. And if it is too soft, then we will just put the playpen mattress next to my wife so that the baby has its own sleep surface that we know is firm enough, and then she can breastfeed as she's laying there, or if she has to, she can sit up and breastfeed, and then hand the baby off to me to change its diaper and burp it. We ended up going with Holy Lamb. Ta-da! Here's the mattress. The thing that you gotta be careful about is the firmness. It has to be firm enough, because if it's too soft, then the baby could potentially roll into an indentation, or there could be a lot of give, and the baby could have its nose or mouth pressed against it and suffocate, which would be horrifying and is not an option. In his video, he says that the book needs to be about 8 inches tall, which this one is. It needs to be about 5 inches. Which this one is not exactly 5 inches, but it's close enough. And then it's got to be at least half an inch, which this one is. Then he says you need to get it half an inch up from the bottom, because it will be laying like this on the mattress, and it needs to be sticking out 1.5 inches, which this one is. I don't have a hand free to measure that. You'll just have to take my word for it that that's half an inch. Now I've got it on the bed. There it is, and I'll pull the sheet. It's tight there. And now I need to get the container with the liquid in it. All right, this is half a gallon filled with water. He says to use cartons, which are much lighter than this stainless steel water jug. But even with the stainless steel water jug, you can see there is a gap. And we've got 3 layers. So we've got like a wool layer, mattress topper thing, and then the fitted sheet, and it's still got space. We put these wooden slats underneath the mattress. You can make your own, or you can purchase them through Holy Lamb. That's to give the mattress airflow underneath, because natural mattresses made with natural fibers tend to mold. They will collect moisture underneath them that comes up through your crawl space, your basement, or even from the first floor if you're on the second. So you've got to give them breathability. Get them off the floor. Just a little bit is enough. And then Holy Lamb said, flip, like every time you change the sheets, which I think they said at least once a month, flip the mattress. With the king, that's going to be annoying, but with 2 people, we'll be fine. We like the mattress. It's comfortable, fairly firm, but not harsh. If you don't like firm, then maybe co-sleeping, breast sleeping is not for you, but it's not too firm, and we're pleased.